So this is a video recording. I'm feeling some energy, so I thought I would turn on the video and see if anything develops. It is Saturday, June 18th, 2022. Yesterday I took a video before I went to work, and the day was pretty routine. I had some realizations, maybe you would call them epiphanies or something, but nothing out of my everyday normal, which is so far from normal, it's not even funny. But anyway, I did a birthing event last night, which is when my abdominals start thumping, and then they're squeezed after a series of thumping, and then it's like a woman birthing a baby. You're like, you're like kind of pushing, like you're birthing a child. Even though I don't birth, I'm not obviously regular pregnant, it's a spiritual pregnancy by God, which I guess the only other thing that kind of comes close to that is the whole Mary, Joseph, Jesus story of the Christian Bible. I think there are some other stories in history, such as the dragon. The dragon is like the big bad monster that turns into nothing. But anyway, I was told that I birthed a star, which would be my star, my resurrected life. And I've done this numerous times. There's a process to all of this, and I'm not clear on whether I birthed a new star, and which is a sun, which is the whole Isis Mary thing of a sun, not an S-O-N, but an S-U-N. And is that my star, my resurrection, or is that a soul of someone else? I don't know. But I've done it a lot. To the best of my knowledge, I have no idea, since I'm still cycling through what I call psycho land. I don't think that it, in the past, has manifested for me. Whether it manifested for someone else, that remains to be seen. So anyway, I'm just going to sit quiet for a moment and let the energy do what it's going to do, and if there's anything, I'll continue recording, otherwise I'll just turn it off. So anyway, here we go. So I sometimes do these little shoulder movements, or I shift around a little bit, and that's because of the energy flowing through my anatomy. No, I do not meditate any longer. I can sit quiet. I actually sit quiet a lot, but I do not fully meditate in the traditional sense that you all meditate. So this motion is counterclockwise. Kundalini, serpentine energy. This rotation is the same sensation that begins in your root chakra. So that's the Merkaba Spin. A very little mild one. In order to do that, divine brings the energy around me to 0 point energy. You've read about that on the internet in books. Some quantum physics scientists have studied it or delved into the theory of it. This is it in motion. I have a video where the energy around me can get so intense that I blew a fuse. I find that really funny because I feel the energy, but I have no idea what transpires around me for anything else. So, so it's an interesting process. They want you to see it. So, as I said in my video from yesterday, I can actually allow the energy to flow through me by putting my hands down. It just makes it less intense from my feeling. And that's the lift. So I cover my eyes because I actually feel like I'm lifting off. And in the area around me, to have my eyes open, seeing it versus the conscious neurological sensations of my brain are really disorienting. So anyway, I close my eyes until that kind of levels off. So this would be the depiction of the Egyptian goddesses with wings, showing their ability to cosmically fly, consciously fly. And everything brightens from my perception. Anyway, last night it rained. We had a beautiful day. yesterday. Too hot, not normal for Gunnison, Colorado, which is where I am told I am, and but it was nearly 90 all week. And I realized there's supposedly a heat wave in the Midwest and all of that, but it is far from normal. Whether it is a future perception or something of divine manifestation. I've been coming to the Gunnison area since 2000, and one thing I like about it is that it's cool. It doesn't get too hot. I mean, it almost never gets into the 80s in August, you know, the hottest month of the whole year. So for June to be nearly 90 is unprecedented, to say the least. But I was also yesterday shown that I was in what is considered shadow land. So the shadow, from my perception, is I can look at a forest. You know, I'm driving down the road and I will look at a forest, and instead of the rich, lush, green evergreens and the super white bark on aspens, what I am shown in the shadow realm is trees that look black. I mean, some are green, but then there are ones that are like black. It is literally like a shadow of the green tree. And then the aspens will have like a brownish or yellowish bark instead of the beautiful pure white. And their leaves, the leaves don't look that much different to me. It's more the tree trunk. The other thing is that insects, like a bumblebee doesn't have yellow, or it's really, really faint. It's just kind of black, a black bumblebee. You know, my perception is that a bumblebee is yellow and black, and it's usually kind of bright. I've taken pictures of them. And they're kind of big. A bumblebee is kind of fat, but the ones that I saw yesterday were just kind of black and a little bit thinner. They're smaller. The other thing is that like moths and butterflies that usually have vibrant, like a monarch has this vibrant orange color. It'll just be pale, pale orange. Nothing is as vibrant in the shadowland as it is in the regular creation. So, possibly yesterday's movement was to move me into the shadow realm. And when I go into the shadow realm, I usually manifest something there that I bring to light, that I bring to the physical realm. And ancient peoples talked about this. Native American shamans talk about going into the spirit world and getting, say, medicine or herbs and bringing them back to the people for healing. And so that is how it is done. They are moved by God into the spirit realm. They must have awakened Kundalini because there's no other way to do it. You can't just have a dream and go bring a plant back with you. You actually have to awaken Kundalini and be moved by divine into the shadow realm to get whatever it is divine wants to have manifest, and then you bring it back to the physical creation. I don't like the shadow realm. I'm not going to joke about it. I'm not going to pretend that it's great. There are people there, just, excuse me, just like here. But they are